Okay, welcome back. So, um, I'm going to go ahead and educate my own daughter. And we can go ahead and select a focus for her. So, the study of etiquette, communication, and practice. I mean, you can just kind of choose whatever for them. Um, or it will default to something. I think it's defaulting to diplomacy at the moment, although I mean, obviously, she 0 year she's zero, so um she's going to be terrible at everything. For a daughter, I would say don't even bother with martial. Especially in this religion. In other religions it might be a little different. Because I know, like, or cultures maybe even, like with Nordics, you could make girls into shield maidens. So that is fine. But for, you know, French Catholics, I wouldn't even bother. Um, let's go ahead and make her learning for now. So, and I think I don't know. Okay, no, I guess you can choose and change their focus. Although I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to keep her on learning. Aw, assures me is the way of life, but her hand lingers on her belly. She is no longer pregnant. Must premature. Oh well, it happens. Okay. We might be fine to just go ahead and um start this war. I don't know how much longer we have till then. Beneath those layers. Alright. How should I approach Countess Clement Clementia, maybe? She seems like a reserved individual who prefers silence as a companion. At least that's how she appears on the surface. Who knows what sort of person she is in private? Is she meek and submissive, or perhaps passionate and fiery? I, I'll find out once I have breached her stony exterior. For now, I have to decide how to make myself remain in her thoughts after spending some time alone. Okay, so be as gallant and charming as possible. Approach her tenderly as a friend, or I'll just wait for the right opportunity. So, huh. Sometimes you can get kind of a an idea of what you should do by just looking at what their traits are. Um, scheme budding and gains budding interest. If everything goes according to plan, then we'll get that. Otherwise, we'll get bad impressions. Let's approach her tenderly. Getting a moment alone with the Countess wasn't difficult. However, it turns out that the challenging part is having a normal conversation with her. Ask her a question and she replies with the shortest answer she can think of, just to shut down our conversation. Like pulling an endless amount of teeth. Can't stop thinking that I would get more of a response from a dead heart than from her. Should rethink my approach. Well, darn. That's unfortunate. All right. Do we go for it? I mean, we have more troops. I think we could easily handle this guy. Unyielding defender. Misguided warrior. I feel like misguided warrior should give a negative penalty, but sure. Vicious, temperate, vengeful. I'd like to finish. I'd like to get rid of this guy before he um, gets any allies and makes it more difficult to take his province. So this is a little misleading. Um, so we do have these two allies that we could call in, and they have a whole lot more troops, especially our father. Um, I if you call them in, you usually have to pay prestige to do that. So it's not always worth it, especially if you think you can win the war without it. All right. So you can never raise your army before a war. You have to wait until you've declared it. So this more or less works similarly to like EU4, where you march around and you have to kill the stacks. It's a little more difficult just to kill a stack. You usually just have to worry about trying to siege down province. Who are you? Knight. Um, you have 8 prowess. That's not bad. Now let's improve improve our relation with him. So, I combat's one of the few things that I don't have the most knowledge on. Um, it's more or less kind of based off of what you have. So if you have more knights, better quality troops. The quality troops are displayed here in these diamond shapes. Um, so currently we're both decent quality. As you kill more and more of them, their better troops will be, you know, uh, will be out, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to win. That just means that all that's left are their best troops, such as their knights. We maybe please go and kill these guys. I don't know how far. I don't know how far away they're going to go. Just go back then. It's just those 4 troops. I'm not really that worried, because those are probably all of their knights. So now we just kind of have to wait for a siege finish. Onagers increase the daily progress. I would definitely not recommend assaulting a fort unless you have an overwhelming number and um you get to like a certain point. Sweet. Okay. Go ahead and take this one since we only currently have light cavalry. I think it would be wise to have those. Unfortunately, you can only do one scheme at a time. So we kind of have to wait until we could just cancel this scheme, but ooh. Oh, well, I guess we are canceling that scheme now. Because I think I would prefer to make my king like me a little more. He'll be more willing to let me be the duke over all of this land. He likes me. Excellent. You gained reckless. Okay, guess we'll take it. We don't have an option, so. Did our army came just a tiny bit too small? That's a little irritating. Why don't have the money to increase our men at arms? Let's see if we can. Okay. Take this gold, make sure you're heard. Way scheme gains progress. Okay, so sway infiltrators has come to my attention that some local commoners are moving to Paris, the capital of my liege. Locals, newly settled or not, praising me can surely do no harm to her and to his perception of yes, I will spend the money. Okay. We should have enough troops now to finish the siege. Excellent. Okay. Force demands. We will gain a little bit of fame as well as a little bit of prestige, while the other guy will lose some of that. Not that it's going to matter for him. So, now we own Honnier. Honnier. Okay. Go ahead and expand our troops so we're not paying for them anymore. And so we only have 60 control over this province. So control pretty much will determine like how much tax and levies you'll get from a province. In order to increase control, we need to send. I'm trying to remember which one it is. When's the control? Let's fabricate claims. Which one was that? Promote culture, integrate titles, affairs. That was this one. Okay. It's like, I guess I needed to wait a day before it would register. All right, sweet. Okay, you actually, I think I'm going to appoint. Yeah, you're the one with the 15. Wait. Yeah, yes. This is who we want. I don't even know who this guy is. So, yeah, that'll make him a little happier. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't going to like me because I have two sins, um, which is not exactly ideal, but nothing I can really do. Okay. Does that could give me okay. The good king. While hosting lords and ladies from realms near and far, some opportunities to portray my liege King Charles in a good light have presented themselves. My lord, pray tell, who is the most elegant person you have heard of? King Charles, without a doubt. Um, Spend some prestige and get better opinion of him, or, well, me, of course. That sounds like the more egotistical way to go. Um, Go ahead and spend the prestige. I do want the king to like me. Shalom. You you have a kid now. It looks like a little boy, I think. Darn. That's unfortunate. I suppose we can continue to try and sway him. Oh, this is a little girl. Okay, daughter. I didn't see that. Is the kids are really hard to tell sometimes. They don't really. They don't look like real humans. Alright, this thing is almost done. Okay, sweet. Go ahead and change to collect taxes. So this increased it by 1. Yeah, not the greatest lie, but yeah, slightly cheaper buildings is. So what you generally want, obviously levies are not bad. They help fill out your numbers, which is good. Um, who's this guy? Chancellor. Um, but you generally want men at arm type related stuff. That's what you really want. That's what will make your armies stronger, better, higher quality. Guy doesn't have any allies. We could, like, seeing as how our last claim was about 72, we could go ahead and try and vassalize, but try and take this. There are different types of holdings. This, which is like a castle, this is the type of holding that we want. Something like a bishopric or a temple, we don't really want. We don't want to own it ourselves because we won't get nearly as much. Same with cities. You don't want that. You want actual castles. Those are generally the harder ones to take, though. Okay. Count Eudes. Our father. Um, so my father, Count Eudes, has been hovering around my council meetings lately, showing his interest in matters of leadership. I cannot help but feel that the man is waiting for me to impress him. Probably engage him in conversation. On the other hand, it might be better for him to simply see me interacting with my men. There is something to be said for at least pretending to know every soldier's face. Let us discuss methods of communication. We should go get and greet some recruiters. What does this do? Levy reinforcement rate. That's not bad. And I mean, we already do have fairly good opinion with our father. Let's go ahead and do that one. So let's see. What do we need in order to form the Duchy of Bourbon? Okay, so we're going to need 2 more provinces, 2 more de jure counties, as well as quite a bit of gold. The gold shouldn't be too bad as we start getting more of these provinces. We'll start making more money. Duchy of Anjou. That's going to be the one that's going to be difficult. The fact that this guy is over here and not over in, Anjou means that we're not going to be able to get these provinces from the king just granting it to us. Although, if this guy... No, this guy owns the barony of Nevers directly, so that doesn't... He's not going to be able to just give that up unless it gets partitioned. All right. Will not accept. All right. Go ahead and get a claim on this county. So it doesn't look... Ooh. Rowdy. Eve. Eve gains the trait Rowdy. Okay. We're going to need to make sure we have some amount of money in order to get this claim. A sudden shock. Ooh. I've ridden, taken aim, and struck so many times, I thought nothing could upset my rhythm. As I take yet another gallop down the practice range, motion I cannot fully see makes my horse rear up. For an instant, momentum keeps me pinned to the back of the horse as it starts shaking. Then, as if time is flowing slow, I can feel myself becoming dislodged. Calm down, boy. Manage to stay on. I dive for stable ground, better safe than sorry. I really wish we would get slightly better odds on some of these. I guess I take the prestige hit because I don't want to become wounded. Still pretty young, so I don't really want to lose that. So in order to increase sort of our dynasty's renown, we're gonna have to expand it quite a bit. And there's actually a good chance that we will become the house head of House Robertine. All right, let's go ahead and abandon the scheme because I don't want to keep failing. Let's see. See if we can seduce our wife again. Maybe try a second time. Why not? Looks like we're almost back up to force limit, or back up to our levy size. Stress coping. Price of passion. Wake up after an amazing night filled with passion. That one woman insisted on staying later than anyone else, riding me until I fell asleep. Phew, it was an experience. I get up to get dressed, but something seems to be missing. Something fairly important. Something like all my things. The room is picked clean. Not a trace of clothes or purse to be found. Oh, that cursed woman. Please, someone bring me some clothes. Please, someone bring me some clothes. This option is available because I have the lustful trait. Okay. So they're the exact same thing. Choose the lustful one. It's kind of a weird event, but sure. Excellent. Okay. Go ahead, grab that one. Might want to consider getting a second men at arms. Who's this guy? Okay. Let's see. This is the hills. Means that our cav here are not gonna be best. Unfortunately, yeah, I can't actually check those. So let's try it this way. Pretty sure these guys are good in hills, forest, and Viega. So just kind of looking around, looking like forest, plains, and hills are the primary stuff in this area of the world. I'm kind of thinking we go with bowmen. They're also relatively cheap. By comparison. Uh, there we go. It's kind of odd, but all right. And you can increase the amount of um, men at arms, the size. It does cost more, obviously, to do that, but could be, can be very useful to have. Okay, so I think I'm going to put a cut in here for now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next part.